thought I would share with you a little something that I learned from a spiritual director when I was at a retreat last winter. And every day that I was with her, we sort of did a different spiritual practice. But one of the things that she taught me about was creating a worshipful space at home. And since we are all doing worship from home right now, I thought that if this was not something that you already had, that it might be something meaningful for you to create a space of worship and sanctuary in your house somewhere. So typically, this is set up on a table by a chair in my study, but I've put it here on the floor today just so you can really see it laid out. Typically when I use this space, I always light a candle as a reminder of Christ's light, Christ's presence with me. And you'll see here that I have a lot of different things. So sometimes I do meditation. You can get apps for your phone with guided meditations on them if that's something that you're interested in, or there are things with sounds of running water or streams or the beach or things like that if sounds are calming or soothing to you. You'll see here I have this little jar of frankincense, essential oil, and my time with the spiritual director, one day we spent time just thinking about scents and how smells can affect you. And that was a really meaningful day for me. That scent of frankincense stayed on my hands all day. So sometimes I really like to just put a few dabs of that on my hands while I spend time in devotion, just to remind me of that day and the strength that I gleaned from that and how special it was. So you will also see here, of course, there are some books. A lot of times I find, I call them books for my spirit. So I have books for my spirit here. I've been reading this devotion that someone from Wild Goose gave me, actually, 2020 Lenten devotionals from the wilderness. And this is created by Sanctified Art, which is a really cool organization, and these 3 or 4 women have created this devotional, and you can find it online, but a lot of times it has pictures or poems and scripture prompts and prayers for you, so that's really neat. And then I have, of course, my Bible here. That's one that Michael gave me. And my journal. I like to write a lot when I'm praying or when I'm working through things, thinking through things. I also have a positivity planner that has sometimes been helpful for me. It sort of gives me guidance to think early on in the week about what things I feel like I want to accomplish, things that I need to accomplish, to feel good about my week, and then at the end of the week you can kind of revisit those and see what kind of progress you've made, and just a great way to touch base with yourself, honestly. You'll see I have a picture here. It says God's promises are new every morning. I would encourage you just to find things in your home that remind you of your faith, or things that are meaningful to you. This is your worship space, so it's not that you're worshiping idols or things like that, but just it's things that are mean something to you. So this stained glass heart was made by my friend Georgia. I like to keep that there. This rock is from the creek at Montreat, which was given to me along with this stone from Omaha Beach, from a pastor friend of mine, a really dear family friend named Joseph, and he brought me these 2 stones when I was installed in my first church. And Omaha Beach has special meaning for us being from Bedford, Virginia, and just the historical connection that the Bedford boys have there. And then in this bowl, I just have some things that sometimes are helpful for me to look at or hold when I'm praying. I have a couple of strings of Anglican prayer beads, which are not unlike the rosary, but you can find prompts online for how to pray with those. This heart was given to me by Michael when we first started dating. So a lot of times if I'm really trying to focus on praying for my family or my loved ones, I will hold on to that. So this is just an example for you. By all means, take what you appreciate from it. You may wonder about this cloth. This was a gift given to me by my host family in London. And I just use it to sort of create boundaries for my worship space. You could use anything you want for that, but that's just what I had, and it always makes me smile to see that. So I hope that this will be useful for you as you sort of rethink worship, rethink devotion, and what it means for you to be in personal devotion, or for you and your spouse or your family to sort of create that sacred space. So just something for you to think about. I pray that you are well, and I continue to lift you up and hold you in the light. I hope you have a blessed day.